what I was going to say. Like, if you're... Okay. If you actually are a Democrat, and let's say you're one of the, like a JFK era Democrat, so that's like a lot of my aunts and uncles, okay? And you fought for women's rights and equality and all these things that you fought for. And overnight, you allowed men to cross over, to say they're women, to take your hard efforts around being a woman and them being in sports, like that whole sports thing was a big thing. Why would you not stand up and fight against that? All the shit that you fought for, and then all of a sudden overnight, like you got these trans movement and you're just allowing men to come over to basically take everything away from you. And now, like, you've got men that are going to compete in women's sports that obliterated female records. Obliterated them. And like there were some courageous women that actually fought against it.
Yes.
And I totally agree with what Trump did. But if you ask me, Democrats are fucking stupid. They missed the biggest window possible. They could have easily stopped that.
I agree, but I take a step back. I don't think they're stupid. I don't think any of them are stupid. I think...
I mean, yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
It was a set out of passion.
I think there's definitely a bubble syndrome, right? So, you know, I've seen it in South Africa, right? And I've seen it in Canada. When I stayed in Canada for quite a bit of time, and I saw it there as well. What happens is, if the government is able to create a bubble, right, and this bubble doesn't bring any there's no alternate information coming in. They did this with COVID, right? So they're blocking.
They control the narrative.
They control the narrative, right? So once you control the narrative, then what happens is people are emotional by nature. It's the reason that
for sure.
The highest level of people that still support the Democrats right now have the lowest level of support they've ever had, right? Rightfully so, based on the positions they took. However,
well, it's because of stuff like, did you see I forget the girl's name. She's a Democratic candidate or a Democratic person. I can't remember. Called the Texas governor, who's in a wheelchair. He's been in a wheelchair for, I think, most of his life. Essentially, like, insulted him. I can't remember. She I can't remember exactly what she said, but it's stuff like that.
But
where it's like,
but that's just politics, though. Politics is always ugly, right? And
but you're the party that's stood up for people and their rights and their disabilities and whatever else. But yet, it's not
let's be
going
honest,
your
that's
way,
not true, though.
I'm saying that's what their narrative has been. But when the tables turned and people said, "We're tired of your bullshit," now you're taking off all the gloves and throwing all the dirty low blows.
Look at it from this perspective, right? So you'd think to yourself, and again, I'm not saying this on one side or the other. I'm saying this as a foreigner in the United States, looking at this from an outside perspective, right? Is, you know, when you look at the two sides, and there shouldn't be two sides. It's two sides of the same bird. It's two wings of the same bird. So you also need to realize that it's a bureaucracy that overends and controls all of this. But that aside, right, is there's an ugly format of politics that has come out, and politics has always been ugly and it's been underhanded. The only difference now is, for the first time in human history, we have minute by minute updates, right? So I don't feel politicians can't bullshit at the same level they used to.
Yes.